Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Cash Money back with another absolutely amazing Cash Money video. So, looking at the press release notes for update 1.14. First things first, give me a like and subscribe if you absolutely just love my videos like I know you do. More importantly, if you're the kind of person that would rather read, I'm going to put a link to this in my video description so you can just read through it. If you are just going to read through, I hope that you stick around and watch a little bit of the video. Give me some view time, help me out. I appreciate all the support I've gotten so far. So, in this new update, apparently one of the first things they're talking about is adjusting how we can filter through our artifacts. And I guess that seems pretty good. I've never really had any problems with the artifact system. But it looks like we can filter it by type. They have like HP percent for, substats and primary stats. So that's pretty cool. Artifact filter, new filter, find the specific artifacts you need much faster. I think that'll be kind of good for if you're just looking for certain primary stats. I know sometimes you could just be clicking through your artifacts trying to find a body that has attack or HP or defense, or accuracy resist. It really depends what you're building. This way you can isolate that out pretty quick. And then you can even combine these filters. So I guess for the people that are been playing a long time, they're in the higher end game, this makes things a lot easier. Looks like our champion collection capacity on our main bag is going up, not the vault, going to 200. But it does say that 200 champions once all the slots have been unlocked. So expect to pay gems or silver to get those 100 slots. Clan boss counter. This is something that's been needing to happen for a while, to just show the total amount of damage that you're doing, the amount of turns that's been going on during clan boss. This will help out immensely for higher tier clans, or even some of the lower ones that are trying to make sure people don't get overkill damage. You see, you can leave a clan boss fight. Like, say I'm doing Ultra Nightmare or Nightmare, and I need something silly like 5 mil more damage to cap out for max chest. Well, it kind of hurts other clan members if I do a full key and blast this thing for like 15, 20, 25 million damage, depending on affinity or whatever. And, I wind up getting like 10 or 15 million over maximum damage needed. So most of the veteran players that know how to kind of estimate their damage would try to pull out early. You can hit leave battle and it'll tabulate your damage. And that's what a lot of us have tried to do, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Because if you pull out too early, then you don't do enough damage and you waste the key. Pull out too late and you wind up doing more damage than what you intended. So this is going to help us circumvent that, and that is a very good patch. A lot of these are patches. Balancing champions. So I'm going to switch over to my index so I could compare. Where you at, Lord Champfort? So currently, let's see if there's anything here. Annihilation, Earthshaker, Thornosphere. Attacks one enemy. 45% chance of placing 60% decreased debuff for 2 turns. Damage scales of this champion's HP. That's a big change. From attacks one enemy and extra chance of critical hit, he's getting a death down. So that's pretty big. Let's look at the next one. Earthshaker. Damage scales with the champion's HP. Move this over. So we're getting HP instead of attack. That's good. Thorn Sphere. Shield value doubled, 15% decreased speed. Enemies attacks champion. Place the shield buff. So double the shield. Ah, huh. They don't have to destroy the shield. They attack him while the shield's up, which is going to be always unless it's been depleted down. Wow, he's a much stronger defensive champ. Don't know how that's going to affect him. This decreased def thing, though, that's really good. That gives him utility. Attacks one enemy. Does Earthshaker attack everybody? Attacks all enemies. This guy could be made into something pretty crazy with the taunting armor set. You could kind of make him a potential tank for PvE or maybe even arena. He could be really tanky, as a matter of fact. Interesting. I actually think this will help Chamfort a little bit. It's going to require players that are a little bit more on the ingenuity side of the house to kind of make these improvements work, though. Definitely better than what he was. Excuse me. This is the one everybody's really, I think, looking for is Mashaled. Big scary vampire guy. He's one of the worst legendaries in the game currently. Just not that impressive. Which is unfortunate because I think he has a pretty cool character design. Kind of got like that Nosferatu vampire thing going on. Is there anybody else that shares his model? Don't look like it. So let's look. Blood Shocker. Attacks one enemy. Attacks all enemies under leech. Debuff. Heal this champion by 30% damage inflicted. Attacks the enemy. So now he gets a AoE burst that if anybody's got a leech debuff on him, he attacks them all as well. That's pretty big. Tornado? Is that a typo? It is. Tornado. Don't be confusing tornadoes with tornadoes. Tornado places a 30% increased speed buff and a 30% increased critical damage buff on this champion and all allies for 2 turns. That's not bad. Increased critical damage is a much newer buff. Place a True Fear and Leech debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns. Wow. Grants this champion extra turn. That's pretty sick. What was it before that? 30% increase in crit rate. So we're getting rid of crit rate and getting crit damage. And then he gets it, and then the extra turn. So crit rate's been replaced with crit damage, and then puts 2 debuffs on all enemies. This is huge. These buffs your team for 2 turns, and then turns around and debuffs them as well. And then the leech effect stacks with his A1, so he does this like first turn, speed boost, kind of like any other speed booster champ. Turns around and can get a pretty big attack off with that, or even the turn after that. Open wounds has 80% chance to steal all buffs from a target enemy, then attacks the target. Places a 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. Places 2 15% continuous heal buffs on this champion for 3 turns. Inflicts 50% more damage against targets under buffs. So now he can also steal buffs. Versus attacks enemy 100% heal reduction. Okay, so now he's stealing buffs, as well as doing the things that he's already been doing. 100% heal reduction. And then he also gets continuous heal. 2 15% continuous heals. Wow, that's a pretty solid rework for him. Trying to really think. This guy could be pretty viable as a speed booster, for sure. Only thing I guess it kind of falls off is he might need somebody with an aura that also does speed. He's already pretty fast. I think we'll actually get to see him do some play. He could be extremely strong for Arena, especially with the stealing buffs and placing Leech on all enemies. Leech is a kind of an underrated debuff in my opinion, and it would help in Arena. I'm trying to think of any other areas off the top of my head that'd be really, really great for. It could be okay for Spider, I think, as well. Of course, the heal reduction makes him a candidate all by itself for Fire Knight. Or Spirit Tower as well. So, there's a few places that it looks like he'll shine at because of this patch. I like it. I don't have one, but I like it. War Chief. What's War Chief? Skinwalker? Who are you? No. Where's he gonna work? No. It's not that guy. There we go. He is a Skinwalker. I don't have every legendary in the game, so sometimes I can't remember which ones go where. War Chief legendary, Brutal Force, Provoke. So there's Provoke chance increase 25%. Okay. Marauder cooldown reduced to 4 turns and can steal 2 buffs with a 100% chance up from 75. So more Provoke, and then better chance of stealing, and also more cooldown by 1, and then standstill. Death increases by 15%, reach that up from 10%. Not a big one. More to Macabre. That is Demon Spawn, right? Yeah. That's another faction I don't have a whole lot of stuff out of. More Macabre. Each hit has a 90% chance of placing a block buffs. Debuffs for 2 turns if the target is under heal reduction debuff. Can't be resisted. Yeah, that's pretty big change. On no wait. Let's see, it's Falling from Grace, not Stigmata. All enemies 2 times, block buffs, debuffs for 2 turns. Targets under heal reduction. Each is a % chance of placing block buffs. So that 50% chance goes up to 90. Wow. Pretty sizable increase. Fiery Rage. Oh. Wait, just what we need. It's gone from a... Oh, God. Let's see. It has a 10% chance to unlock serious skill. Peril for 1 turn. Also has 20% chance. Oh, no. I don't want this to go up. I have not beaten Nightmare 12/7. And I swear on everything, this Fiery Rage already unlocks Peril so much. Because every time I come close to winning, he's like, Peril. And then my guys are dead. So now Nightmare 12/7 is going to be much harder. So if you haven't already beaten Nightmare 12/7, you might want to get that done if you can. Otherwise, it's going to be a real nightmare when this becomes 20%. Good God. I don't like that. Richtoft the Bold. I don't really feel like Richtoft needed a buff. Let's see, decrease each target's max HP by 30% of the damage dealt up from 10%. Okay. Attacks enemy 3 times. Each hit places a 5% poison debuff on enemies for 2 turns. But check there, that seems pretty normal. Richtof. Why did they put these guys in order? When we were talking about Champert, we could have done this. Attacks enemy 3 times, place 5% poison debuff, or the debuff cannot be removed. Richtof. Complete shit places. What? Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit places a 5% poison debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Each hit places a 5% 2 turns. Huh. One, it looks like they're making it where the poison can be removed. Unless they just forgot to keep that in bloodletting. Which I guess is not a really big thing. Not too many enemies remove debuffs, but debuff on all enemies, so now he poisons everybody? That's interesting. Curse Hold, attacks one enemy, deals additional 20% critical damage for each poison. That's a nerf. Attacks one enemy, deals additional 20% critical damage for each poison debuff on the target enemy up to 100%. They're debuffing Richtof. Because it used to be, or I should say currently, Richtof allows you to have 13 debuffs on a target because he can sit there and keep activating Curse Hold over and over and over again, and then he can copy up to 3 debuffs. I don't know why it was limited to 3 or whatever, it just was. So people were using Richtof to get additional poisons on Clan Boss and made him actually pretty good. This is kind of a nerf. I mean, yeah, it makes it where he does more damage or whatever, but 3 poisons every turn is 75,000 more damage a turn, so it's gonna be pretty hard to compete with. I don't know if it's a trade-off or not. It seems like kind of a nerf to me. One enemy. Yeah. It's just critical damage. I mean, yeah, we can work on that and everything. Duchess Lila 2 is getting a slight adjustment. It's not really a nerf. The thing is Veil already gives like a damage reduction down now, so they're removing her passive from stacking with it, from making it too broken. So I guess that is kind of a nerf. Vergus. In addition to the original effects, that places a 50% ally protection on all allies for his champion. So that's good. Second Wind. In addition to the original effect, now places a shield buff on this champion. So he's just picking up some extra stuff, making him a little bit more playable. Oathbound. Attacks all enemies. 55% chance decreasing the turn meter. 75% chance of placing a 25% decrease attack for 2 turns. And Ascended has a 75% chance. So damage significantly increased. I guess it made Subjugate better by increasing the damage. Intimidate. We got block cooldowns now. And if they're under decreased attack, it goes up. Wow. 7 points. Speed. Occult Brawler. Ruination Ritual. The skill no longer has a cooldown. Where are you at? There you are. That's weird. Goes off every turn, it seems like. Did it not? Did you have to wait every turn on Ruination Ritual? I don't know. I played around mine a little bit whenever there was Unkillable was still around. So, haven't really messed with them much since then. Faction Wars. Let's see what's going on. We got twofold improvement. Touch up the difficulty of certain crypt stages, drop rates various glyphs, inventory changes, always monitoring feedback, blah blah blah. We've decided to make all faction crypts a bit easier to complete starting from stage 8. In addition, we are lowering the drop rates of rank 2 glyphs from stages 10, 12, and will completely remove them from stages 13, 14. Glyphs of rank 3 or 4 will get increased drop rates. That's good. That's real good. Because getting just those rank 2 glyphs just is not great. It's something that should end probably well below or around 10. It really hurts whenever you're... It's like most of my crypts, I'm like somewhere in farm between like 14 and 16. You know, 15's the boss, and then 16 is like the next tier up. And it's pretty challenging, so I like that. Platinum tier minor. Starting with this next update, change how battles in Platinum tier work. After fighting the same opponent 10 times in a day, both victories and defeats count. Every subsequent battle opponent trigger a 15-minute cooldown that will not disappear after the arena list is refreshed. Yeah, they're doing that because all the cheaters out there that are stat pushing, they should have done is just banned all those guys. I don't really care too much about Platinum tier because I'm not really up in that, but whatever. Clan boss revive changes. Revive on deaths get nerfed same way as Unkillable, which is bad if you built one of those Phoenix Living Dead comps. Leech and Perfect Veil. Leech will heal the attacker by 18%. Wow, so Leech is actually better now. Champions under Veil, Perfect Veil will get 7.5 and 15% respectively damage reduction from AoE. Wow, that's awesome. So Veil's getting better. That's cool. Fear changes. Monitoring fear debuffs gain limitations of like other creatures no longer be subject to increased debuff duration or spread debuff effects. Wow, that's annoying. Like fear is a coin toss as it is. Like I understand stun not being able to be turn extended, but fear, I don't know. seems kind of bad, Plarium. I don't know about that one. Fusion menu will display champions required for fusion but are locked away in the champion vault. That's good. That one personally annoys me some. And then that's all in French, and I don't speak French. Well, that's all for the update. It's a mixed bag. I don't like some of it. I don't like the fear change. Some of the champion change is good. Faction War seems good. Platinum tier, that's a whole nother video. Clan boss counter's good. I like the capacity going up, and we'll see about this artifact filter thing. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks for tuning in to watch, and appreciate the views as always. Hope y'all have a very cash money day, and I'll catch you in the next video.